Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Labour have very sort of simple plans about lowering the voting age to 16. Is this worth doing? I'm going to argue that voting at 16 should not happen, and I'm going to say why with three damn good examples. Number one, you can't drive a car. So why should you at 16 be allowed to vote and say vote green, for example, and have a say on roads, traffic, cars, what type of engines and whatever, if you're not even allowed to drive them? Secondly, there's many things you're not allowed to do at 16 that if you were allowed to vote at 16, you should surely be allowed to do at 16. If you're allowed to vote, for example, should you not be allowed to choose to smoke or to choose to drink? After all, the government are saying that you're wise enough to make a decision that affects the future of this country. Surely you're wise enough to make the decisions that affect the future of you. So if you're going to reduce the age at which you vote to 16, let's reduce everything to 16. Driving, smoking, going to war and being shot at, frontline service at 16. Let's reduce that. After all, you're wise enough to make those decisions. No? Seems odd. Also, you are not in law allowed to get things and make things like credit agreements or to have control over your body even. There's various things that you can't do to your body at the age of 16. Are you saying that those things should be allowed as well? You see, there is this difference. There are different ages at which you seem to be allowed to do things. It seems very odd. But certainly, you can't have a government that says your mind isn't fully formed until you're 25 for the purposes of covering up any kind of rape problems. On the other hand, they're saying at 16, you're clever enough to be able to vote to select who's going to lead your country. And also saying at the age of 8, you're clever enough to choose whether to have your ghoulies cut off. I think we need to pick an age and say, right, that's the age. And you know what? Generally, around the world, we have, and that age is 18. And indeed, the United Nations has an official declaration that the age of majority is 18. It seems an age suitable for all cultures. For a government to reduce the voting age is simply an act of desperation from a government that knows it can't possibly win the next election. And so what it wants is people who are so young able to vote because they're so young they don't remember how bad it was the last time that party were in. Of course, that's Labour's problem. That's why Labour only comes to power once every other generation, because all those ones that were alive the last time go, are you kidding me? Never. And they have to wait for a whole lot of more naive fools to grow up and go, socialism's a great idea, innit? Because they haven't grown up. Quick, get them while they're young. That's why indoctrination in schools is so important to the Labour Party. That's why they don't like private education. That's why they don't like homeschooling. Got to get in the heads. Remember that. It's the same with religion. Got to get them young. And so, yes. So, at 18, I think it's about the right age to start voting. It's the right age to start doing everything. But, yeah. Of course, another argument is, well, if you reduce the voting age to 16 and everything else comes down to 16, oh, well, if we're reducing ages, let's bring the age of consent down to, say, 14 or whatever age it is that the members of the Labour Party like their boys to be. It's all part of that salami slicing, isn't it? Thanks very much. Take care. Goodbye.